Welcome to the latest episode of the Forecast in 5. I'm your host, Seth Katz. Joining us today is Todd Nathanson. Todd's the founder and president of illi Commercial Real Estate, a commercial brokerage, property management, and investment advisory service firm specializing in multi-tenant, triple leased, net leased commercial real estate. Prior to launching illi in 2007, Todd spent nearly 2 decades with Center's Business Management, where he had responsibility for leading their San Fernando Valley office. Earlier in his career, Todd served in roles with Muselli Commercial Real Estate and Forest City Development. Welcome, Todd. Appreciate you being with us today.
Seth, thank you very much.
Of course. And well, Todd, let's get started with some questions.
Sure.
Can you share a bit more with our viewers about what separates illi from other commercial real estate firms?
Well, for one, we have a great team, and I think rather than most brokers being very single-minded, our team collaborates. We talk daily, we meet weekly, we trade all kinds of information about buyers and sellers, tenants and landlords, and our focus is really more deals, transactions en masse. And when you get 45 brokers in a room, there's a lot of information that goes on in the course of a week. Tuesday mornings, this morning, we put together a nice agenda and we go over pretty much everything that happens during the course of a week. We're talking about deals that are done. We're talking about buyers with needs. We're talking about tenants that are expanding in the marketplace, lease comps, sales comps. And I think that, with more or less emphasis on the commissions and more on trading information and being of service to the client is really where a lot of our agents' mindsets at, and that's really what pushes the ball forward for our group.
Got it. During your professional career, you spent a significant amount of time recruiting, coaching, and mentoring staff. Would you be able to reflect on how these experiences made you a better leader?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no doubt. We have brought a lot of brokers and staff into the world. We've recruited from some of the larger institutions. We've had people that have been in the trenches and with real work experience, and everybody brings something to the table. My ears are open. I watch, I listen, and I adapt. A lot of what comes in through the people that we deal with daily helps improve the game and helps our mentoring with other people that have been in very similar situations and predicaments.
Excellent. The time you've spent in the industry has allowed you to establish numerous relationships with national retailers, regional tenants, and franchisees and local mom and pop tenants. Can you touch on why relationships, not only in commercial real estate, but in any industry, are so important to maintain?
Absolutely. I mean, if you're career minded, relationships win the game, and for us, that's really where it's all about. Commissions are really a byproduct of good relations. We spend a lot of time harvesting and keeping relationships warm. These aren't just one-time transactions. We typically establish our initial relationship through leasing. Well, that's a specialty of our firm, but from there, relationships warm very quickly, and we grow into investment sales. We do a lot of property management for these clients, and it's an evolution. Once the relationship is harbored, we have several different ways of growing it and growing old together. I'm this far away from 40 years in the industry. I've been with clients, a lot of clients for that entire time.
Understood. Since we have a number of Anderson students watching who work in the commercial real estate industry and have aspirations to start their own firm, like you have, are there any helpful pointers that you could share?
Pretty much going right back to that last comment on how to establish relationships. I think first and foremost, make sure that the career appeals to you, and set your sights down the road. Do what it takes to get on the board initially. Like I mentioned, leasing is where we initially find an instant engagement, and then from there, we find it really easy to grow a business. And a lot of our agents are independent contractors, whether they start their own firm or they're looking over their own book of business. It's very much the same principles, and I think good relationships are the core of any business growth.
Thanks for emphasizing the importance of relationships, because it's so
Sure.
critically important today. While advancements in technology have changed the way all of us do business, how do you believe it will impact the commercial real estate industry if we look ahead over the next decade?
So no question, technology's helped us. We're heavy into marketing. Our firm, we've found ways over the last couple of years of targeting our marketing using more data and more analytics. The yields have definitely spoken for themselves. But with that said, I'm still very conscious of getting out, meeting people face to face, not relying on mass email or a lot of methods that people are using technology for, which to me are just so obvious. And when I fire up my email every morning, I'm instantly deleting 2/3 of my inbox, because I recognize it as pre-automated garb. And to get on the phone and to connect with people, I still think technology is going to have a hard time keeping up with certain ways of growing business.
Thanks for touching on that.
Sure.
And that brings us to the end of today's episode. Thanks so much for taking out the time to be with us, Todd.
Happy to be here.
And thanks to all our viewers for tuning in. We'll see you on the next episode of the Forecast in 5.